European leaders rally around Zelensky ahead of crucial Trump meeting. European leaders are converging on Washington, D.C. to join Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky for a pivotal meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump on Monday. The move comes as Trump escalates pressure on Kiev to accept a swift peace deal to end Europe's deadliest conflict in 80 years, following his recent meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska. Trump, who promised big progress on Russia on social media, appears to have emerged from his talks with Putin more aligned with Moscow's view of pursuing a peace agreement without an immediate ceasefire. This stance has alarmed some of Ukraine's European allies. Secretary of State Marco Rubio underscored the urgency, stating on CBS's Face the Nation that if peace isn't possible, people will continue to die by the thousands. European leaders, including German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, French President Emmanuel Macron, and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, held a meeting on Sunday to bolster Zelensky's position. They aim to secure robust security guarantees for Ukraine, ideally involving a U.S. role. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, Finnish President Alexander Stubb, and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni are also traveling to Washington. While welcoming U.S. talks of security guarantees, European leaders stressed that no discussions over territory could take place without Kiev's direct involvement and clear arrangements to safeguard the rest of Ukraine's land. Poland's foreign ministry sharply criticized the idea of peace talks without a ceasefire, stating, "You cannot negotiate peace under falling bombs." Top Trump officials hinted that the fate of Ukraine's eastern Donbas region, largely under Russian control, is on the table, along with a defensive pact. Trump envoy Steve Witkoff told CNN that Russia had for the first time agreed to Article 5-like protection for Ukraine, suggesting this could be an alternative to NATO membership. Article 5 of NATO's founding treaty enshrines collective defense. Russia's envoy to international organizations in Vienna, Mikhail Ulyanov, confirmed Moscow's agreement that any peace deal must provide security guarantees for Kiev, but added that Russia also expects sufficient security guarantees for itself. Analyst Simon Marks told RTHK that the European leaders have two primary goals: to shield President Zelensky from a potentially confrontational reception similar to his previous White House visit, and to address their deep concern that Trump may have reneged on an agreement to prioritize Ukraine's concerns in his discussions with Putin. A joint communiqué from Britain, France, and Germany after their Sunday meeting stated their readiness to deploy a reassurance force once hostilities have ceased, and to help secure Ukraine's skies and seas and regenerate Ukraine's armed forces. The stage is now set for what is anticipated to be a day of significant diplomatic drama.